2026. It is your general. America officially burns. There is a massive national debt collapse on the horizon. Soon $50 trillion in worthless US dollar debt, which they will be transitioning into fake CBDCs, otherwise known as stable coins, imminently. Imminently, this means pensions are and will collapse very soon. This means Social Security is an upside down Ponzi scheme. It means continued massive hyperinflation, of course, which I've predicted here on this channel. It means more aggressive war. It means oil prices to continue soaring and skyrocketing well above $100. It means a multi-decade war in the Middle East that was promised not to happen, but now is embroiled with countless American lives, massive trauma and psychological weaponization of the American people's minds. Not to mention a massive stock market collapse on the horizon, bank runs, and, as predicted, silver absolutely unhinged under $80 today, on its way to my target of 50, 60 bucks. Trading at $77 an ounce, gold breaking the threshold, the psychological level under 5,000 at 4,800. Love gold and silver, sold it for years. Again, gold is real money. It is God's money. Silver, of course, has a nice use case in semiconductors, electronics, etc. But we also must understand, thank you, son, only the elites pumped gold and silver at the central banks because they were creating more paper equity wealth to do what? The great rotation into Bitcoin and crypto and stable coins is happening now. In fact, the Trumps just purchased so much Bitcoin as a part of their Bitcoin mining operation is now not only their number one investment in digital currencies and cryptos, which I've been recommending now for multiple generations, long before the Trumps even touched it, but they now exceed the total holdings of Galaxy Digital, and I believe are one of the top 10 holders in the world. They will now pump their bags stratospherically up to the moon as they pound Americans' faces right between the eyes, straight into the nose, and hit them hard. Again, massive hyperinflation ahead. Debt, guaranteed. Collapse, guaranteed. Happening now. Bank runs, already happened in 2008 and 09. Lockdowns, already happened in 2020. And 2026 will be 1776. Make sure you're following me on X for very important news updates, as I just put out an exclusive video with the Christopher Greene, the General Greene, the Gordon Gecko, and the one of 25 just for deck 2, almost sold out, $10,000 retail value. This is a Swiss watch. It is an original in the back. It's a skeleton. There's a skeleton watch here so you can see it. All the little trinkets right there. And behind it, the islandproject.com logo. Again, look it up. 10K value. In addition to that, logo and the personal name of the top 25 in deck 2. You got to be hitting the gold tier. Just bought a second Lambo. As soon as you come in, stay, comp time. Drive the freaking Lambo. Get a watch. Get the capital gains, the cash flows, and in 2026, 1776, of course, our blockchain revolution to billions of dollars. We already own hundreds of millions of dollars of real estate, of course, because while other Americans were doing nothing and betting on their failed fake politicians, we were raising hundreds of millions of dollars worth of capital because we're badasses building the ark for the storm you're currently in. Economic collapse, world war, war with Iran, cyber events, bank runs, hyperinflation. Remember when I came on camera and told you Elon Musk, even with the best intentions, was probably lying to you all? He would not save a single penny as a result of Doge. And he didn't. I was proven right. Once again, how do you like those apples? How did I pull that off? Because again, these people are scams. Wake the F up. You are screwed as a United States American citizen. And the only way you can fight back is peacefully. Peacefully. Remove your money from the banks. Remove your money from the traffickers. Remove your money from the system. Let it burn. Let it burn. If you don't like your tax dollars going to more foreign wars and countless innocent lives lost, exit the banks. If you don't like that these Epstein traffickers are still in power, exit the banks. If you don't want to lose all of your money in a bank run, exit the banks. We have no bank debt. No bank debt at all. No freaking bank debt. We own all of our properties outright. Every single last one of them. And my predictions have come true. Again, founder, creator of BitcoinRich.com. More students than anyone else in the world. Told you to buy it under 1,000. People called it a scam. Now we're freaking rich. Fly jets, Lambos, the list goes on and on. We own mansions on every single Hawaiian island, including Park City. International acquisitions. You should see the massive spec home I'm building. This thing is going to be a freaking massive freaking mansion. And again, it's all accretive. No bank debt because it is the bank. Americans have waked up to the fraud. They have woken up to the freaking scam. Here, March 18th, 2026. God bless you all. Let's get into all these stories, and we're putting out some fun stuff as well. This is pretty cool. Each time we raise a new $100 million, I get a new pinky ring. Kind of like my grandfather had a pinky ring with a diamond on it. So I got this new one since we're raising another $100 million. This is the anchor. This is deck 2. This is the digital Noah's Ark. For the first $100 million, I was wearing a pinky ring which had like a bunch of waves on it. It was super cool turquoise. It gave me the turquoise power. Now we've got the anchor, because you see, this is an anchor, ladies and gentlemen. The banks have no reserve requirements. Our reserve requirement here at islandproject.com Nation is 100% because we have no bank debt. We literally have no bank debt. So our reserve requirement is 100%. How about them apples? Yeah, we're badasses. So is Papa John. Call them 808-442-2934. That's 808-442-2934. It is a wonderful day. You can see I am back here in the beautiful Hawaii Boo. We've got a big day planned. But I think the good news with all of this is Americans finally realize they've been ripped off. I think the best news is they've lost all faith, hope, and trust in the U.S. government. I think the good thing is we're seeing a massive fracturing in Republicans. We're seeing defectors, Tulsi Gabbards, the rat, leaving the nest. From President Trump very soon. MTG selling Trump out. I told you she was dirty. I told you she was going to run for the presidency. Tucker Carlson moving away, cutting ties with the President of the United States. This was all by design. This was all by intent. Alex Jones told you to follow Alex Jones to psyop you, Alex Jones told you to follow Donald Trump to psyop you, and then he was going to transition and go against him. See how that worked? They offer zero solutions. They are fake. They're selling you freaking bone broth. They are fat. They are not examples. They are not Christians, in my opinion. God bless them. We hope they are, but they have only led the sheep to slaughter. There's only one person on this planet that has given you a real alternative viable solution, who has literally built multi-billion-dollar portfolios with no bank debt, who has literally created it from nothing. All glory to Jesus Christ. There is one person in the world, along with Papa John and our 400 plus members, and soon to be a lucky 100 more. Again, these are going fast. Already had 3 of these go out to 3 different members in deck 2. No bank debt asset portfolio, and they come out and they get their comp time. It's as easy as that. It's accretive, capital gains, cash flows, tokenization, list goes on and on. And you even get a $10,000 retail watch, but it's worth $100K now because I got my name on it and my brand on it. And it's 1 in a million, 1 in 25. God bless. Jesus Christ is king, but you should be pumped up today. Again, the ticking time bomb that makes up the United States of America, fake Wall Street, rigged, scam, scumbag, too big to fail bailout stock markets on the rocks. Because, of course, all your dirty politicians already ripped you off and spent more money than God like a bunch of drunken sailors and hookers, and they'll never pay back any of this debt. And they're currently transferring all the real world wealth to themselves as they rip you off even harder. And next, what's coming is not just physical lockdowns like they did to you in 2020. It's financial lockdowns where they're going to close your bank account. Seize your funds. Seize your funds is what they're going to do. There's going to be bail-ins, capital controls, emergency executive actions by the president. Have you figured it out yet? Again, no more foreign wars. Whoopsie, you got a new one. No more debt. That was promised by Elon Musk. Whoopsie, just added another $5 trillion. Blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, if you haven't taken action, gotten rich, you're the problem. If you haven't withdrawn your money from the bank and gotten rich, you're the problem. If you don't understand Island Project and stampede into it, you're the problem. By the way, we're closing our doors imminently. We're closing our doors imminently. You'll never get in again. Once we crush 500 people, that is it. I'm only making those people rich. You'll be reading about the rest of it on the television news stations. You'll be seeing our stock trade someday on Wall Street, in addition to our blockchain on CNBC.com. Yes, this is pre-Amazon. You're basically a part of our venture capital fund with no risk. See our terms and disclaimers. And yes, I am pumped up today. So the big news is here, will the scam criminal central bank cut rates? Like and share. Are they going to cut rates? Because inflation hasn't come down. You've probably figured this out. Rents, sky high. Food prices, sky high. Oil and gas, to the freaking moon. It was all lies. Again, these people lie to you, and then they screw you. And again, don't believe in the two fake party political system. It's a bunch of BS. All of these rats on the same side or different sides of the spectrum are exactly the same. They work for the same darn black suits. They own and are owned by the same lobbyists. They work for the same people, and we know who those people are. I don't have to go into all the gritty details, but we know who those people are. So again, complete annihilation, Iran, total decapitation. I predicted the World War III. The only thing they haven't used yet are nuclear weapons. They probably will. They'll probably blow it up into smithereens, probably delete it and delete the axis of evil, as they call it. Again, they told you no foreign wars. Instead, they sent all their warships over there. That's just how it works. They say one thing, they do the opposite. Have you figured it out yet? They say one thing, they do the opposite. Have you figured it out yet? They say one thing, they do the exact opposite. What I say, we do. I told you I'd build a multi-billion-dollar project. We have. I tell you I'm going to do something. I do it. We had 400 members. We own properties around the world. We internationalize. And now we're tokenizing with Deck 2. So again, there is a key difference here, guys. There is a key difference. And don't let these demonic Epstein trafficker scumbag elites get you down. They want you in a low vibration so they can feed off your young blood. That's what all the elites do. They want to live forever. They want to make sure that they make themselves into robots, into a transhuman marked merger with machine. And they're going to try to, extend their life out as much as they possibly can as the kings of the earth. We already know what their design is. We already know what they're going to do. Let me look at the major headlines here. So oil is the big story today. I mean, again, oil is just through the roof. And the longer that the Strait of Hormuz is bottlenecked, the worse it's going to get for an average American. They even lowered the cost and requirement of renouncing your U.S. citizenship. I don't know if you read that, but it's been cut in half by Marco Rubio. It might be a good idea for some of you to just leave the country. Honestly, if you want to live a lot more wealthy life, just leave America. Renounce your citizenship. You'll never have to pay taxes again. Just move to beautiful Thailand or the Philippines or somewhere like that. Your dollar will go so much further overseas than it would in the criminal United States. You're just getting pounded and screwed here all the time. I mean, you're literally paying taxes for fake Somali daycare centers. And that's the truth. So again, if you want to live a better quality of life, you've got to make quality investments. Your money needs to work for you passively, which is what Island Project does. You need to join fellow Christians. You need the 1000x billionaire mindset, and you need to take action. Your consistency and mindset is 1000x more important than anything else. Thinking doesn't get you anywhere, to be honest with you. Just thinking, you have to marry it with action. You have to put in inputs. You have to actually ask for what you want in life. You want to stop being screwed by the too big to fail elites? Then withdraw your money from the system and get rich. It's as easy as that. Stop complaining and pointing fingers at other people. Get rich. If you're not rich, it's your fault. You failed to take action. If you hate your life, it's your fault. If your relationship sucks, it's your fault. It's your fault. Take some personal responsibility for America and your life. The easiest peaceful revolution in 1776 in Paul Revere fashion is simply declaring your own personal revolution with us here at 1776 Island Project 2026. That's the easiest thing you can do today. It is the easiest move that you can make. If you know we're moving into an AI replacement, and they're going to replace you with robots and fire the entire white-collar, blue-collar, middle-class worker, and you know they lied to you about debt and the wars now because that's all been admitted, and they couldn't stop the squirrely little bat poo flying all over the universe, supposedly, but they sell you on the fake idea they're going to send you to the Mars and the moon, which they've later backtracked on, and you haven't woken up yet that it's your personal responsibility, you need to take action. The reason a lot of people don't drive Lambos or own them is, number one, they can't afford them, don't believe in themselves, and don't have the balls to drive one. You'd be embarrassed driving a $400,000 car. You don't believe in yourself. You've been cucked down by the institutions. You've been brainwashed by the government and CNBC. They fed you lies, and that's why you didn't buy Bitcoin, because you don't trust yourself. You don't have faith like I do. So have faith. It's not about the Lambos per se, and it's not about the Learjets or the mansions or anything like that. It's just about believing in yourself. These are all tools of the kingdom. Just like David took a pebble and defeated Goliath, what did he do next? He became king. King Solomon knew there was nothing new under the sun. Ladies and gentlemen, he knew that. He had all the harpists, he had all the women, he had all the wealth in the world, he had all the food and the wine and prosperity, and at the end of it, he said, there's nothing new under the sun. Enjoy it while it lasts. Use these tools to glorify God. That's what he said. He didn't say put your head in the sand in a defeatist notion and then do nothing before the return of Jesus Christ, which is where most Christians are, doing nothing, getting fat, eating Doritos. They like to talk, they're keyboard warriors, but do they put their diamond nuts on the line? No. I'm telling you to get out there. I'm telling you to make disciples. I'm telling you to have passion in your life. I'm telling you to be the solution. I'm telling you to build your personal ark during and before the storm and before the return of Jesus Christ the King. If there are birth pangs now, which there are, world war, hyperinflation, collapse, the list goes on, economic troubles, we see what's going on in the news. That only means that God wants us to save more souls with the time we have. He doesn't want you to bury your head in the sand. I see this with Christians. Supposed Christians online, they're like, we're just so homesick for heaven that we've given up on everything, and now we just do nothing. We sit in our chair and sip tea, and we're just so homesick because the world is so dark that we've just put our head in the sand like a bunch of ostriches. We don't have any solutions. We don't do anything. We don't create any tools. We don't help anyone. In fact, we even stopped going to church. We're just going to wait till he comes back and do nothing like a slob. Well, for those of you who don't know, it's actually a sin to be a freaking sloth. It's a sin to do nothing. It's a sin not to step up to the plate. It's a sin, in my opinion, for myself, not to be a billionaire and save more Christians. I'm here to save freaking Christians. We're building a freaking new nation. It'd be a sin to do nothing. A sin to do nothing. Now, the upside is all my personal recommendations and financial advice, but I have to say, see my terms, I'm not a financial advisor, is only going to the moon. Bitcoin will continue to soar higher, well above $1 million. All my picks will 1,000x, every single last one of them. Every single last pick is going to the moon. The Trumps are buying as much Bitcoin as possible. Wall Street, BlackRock, Fidelity, State Street, Charles Schwab, the list goes on, are all buying as much Bitcoin as they possibly can. I told you about that way in advance, before any of these people ever mentioned it, before Trump mentioned it. He later backtracked on calling it a scam. Now it's his largest investment. Now, God bless the President of the United States. You know, he's privy to intel we don't have. There's things going on we might not understand. Who the heck knows? It's very much chaos. I told you that there would be chaos. I told you you'd be a war. I told you he'd attack the nuclear proliferation sites. I told you the financial markets would be an absolute crap show, that it would be mayhem. Now we're preparing for homeland events. Let's talk about that. We're preparing for homeland events. God forbid, pray against it, but we know there's going to be asymmetrics in the United States of America, guaranteed, now that the dragon has been poked in the eye that makes up Iran. Again, just like the tally, I have to say something again, ban, right? Couldn't be stopped because they were out in the desert dirt and they were decentralized and they couldn't be found. Remember that? It's the same thing with Iran. They operate asymmetrically. They'll hit our grid. They'll infect our financial markets, and it doesn't have to be them. It'll likely be China and Russia that do it. Russia's providing all the arms for the Iranians and the intelligence as we speak. Ain't that nice? A regional world war as the USS Gerald Ford and the rest of our warships and nuclear-armed submarines just sit there teetering, just waiting for a midnight call. Maybe Donald Trump just has a chip on his shoulder, or he gets a call from King Bibby. And maybe Bibby's been drinking that night and says, you know what, Don? I think we need to drop a couple tacticals for your ally. And maybe Trump's just having a bad day. Maybe he's just pissed off and realizes he only has a couple years left. Click, 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 click. We know it's coming. We know it's coming. The only thing you can count on from your government is taxes and war. Perpetual, endless, disgusting, hateful war. War into perpetuity, debt into perpetuity, forever and ever and ever and infinitely. An infinite corruption, an infinite scoundreling, an infinite collapse of the parties and the infighting.
in the debating and the bitching left and right. Oh, look at Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's defected from the president. Oh, she was once a MAGA supporter, but now she's turned. Same thing with the mainstream media, Tucker Carlson and others. Same thing with the fake Alex Jones having led his sheep to slaughter and then turning on the President of the United States. They're all starting a new party and they're going to lead you down that road and slaughter you as well, you young sheep, because that's what these people do. They offer nothing, no solutions. You might get some bone broth and you might be overweight, but that's about it. It's all fake. Now, the fake UFO alien invasion fake reveal is coming soon as well. The Pentagon, Marco Rubio have already admitted it. Donald Trump and the White House admitted they can bend space-time reality. It's all fake. The UFOs are fake. There are no such thing as aliens, folks, only demons. You are at war with the demonic entities and the spiritual beings of Baal. These are the same people that inject themselves with young blood. Sam Altman and Peter Thiel both have companies they fund that do just that. You can sign up today. Go look it up yourself. Again, everything I present is truth. I'm a truth warrior. We've only gotten it right. From social media, Bitcoin, e-commerce, to the attack and war in Iran, to World War III, the economic collapse, the rise of blockchain, literally inventing tokenized real estate. You're freaking welcome. With the only no bank debt portfolio in the world, literally inventing it, because we're that freaking badass. We are literally the Genesis launch of tokenized real world assets. And I see a lot of good comments, and I'm reading one right now from a subscriber and a fan. She says, we're not stupid. Of course, I know that. And that is why we must exit from the banks now. Your vote doesn't count. Your politicians are lying. They're sending your children to the front of the battlefield. They're ripping you off with hyperinflation as we speak. Bailouts, PPP loans, lockdowns, the list goes on and on. Of course we're not stupid. That's why we've withdrawn our money from the banks and declared our own 1776. We would never rely on a dirty, cabalistic government, ever. We don't trust our government, nor did the founding fathers, nor should any American. The only front line you should be fighting on is that for you and your family and your churches. Keep the doors open during the next bat poo spread. When the next bat poo comes, keep the church pew doors open and preach the word of God. Don't close your gym down. Keep traveling. Keep going to the beaches. Do not comply. When the next pokey comes, tell them to F off. Because if you don't do it then, like I told you to not comply, you might not be effed then, but you'll be effed now. See how that worked? See how they encroached on your liberty? See how they conned you into more debt and hyperinflation and another crappy war? See how they've led you to slaughter and now soon to be the front lines? See how they're now tokenizing everything, even though they called Bitcoin a scam? How do you like them apples? Now they're moving into stable coins and creating a Bitcoin reserve. See how Donald Trump has put out crypto after crypto on the market, including his meme coin, which I own? You see how it works, don't you? Say one thing, do the opposite. Sell the public on an idea, do whatever you want. That's exactly what these people will do. And I love Donald Trump. Donald Trump should make as much money as humanly possible while Rome burns. While the United States of America collapses, he should profit for his family as much as possible before Rome goes bust. So should you. The rats are leaving the nest. They're pilfering every last dollar. They're even removing it from circulation like the penny. They're going to digitize everything and create a panopticon surveillance state prison. Isn't that going to be great? No, it's not. If you want freedom, you must be decentralized. If you want freedom, you need no bank debt. It's biblical. If you want freedom, you need passive income and cash flows. If you want freedom, you need to be decentralized in a private ecosystem like ours and a private blockchain run by Christians. You will be able to actually transfer value and move value back and forth on our blockchain because I'm a Christian. But your state fiat digitized currency, of course, you will not be able to buy or sell. Elon Musk's X money, we'll pray for him, but I'm pretty sure he's not a Christian. He dresses up like the devil, and he's putting a microchip in your forehead, and he also wore a mask and told you to take the pokey, which he said he later regretted because he got vomitingly ill and really, really sick when I told you not to take it. So we'll pray for him, but I'm not counting on it. I'm pretty sure his financial system, which I already predicted, will also not let Christians buy or sell without the mark, because he's literally developing the freaking mark of the beast, along with Gates and others. Synchron, Neuralink, the list goes on, which I already predicted. And by the way, have you noticed all these Teslas are driving into walls? Have you noticed these Teslas are locking their car doors because the AI is getting hacked or going screwy? Are you seeing that there are human casualties and loss of life as a result of the self-driving cars, which remove your freedom and liberty and all human sovereignty? How about them apples? I predicted that as well. Just like they just fear-mongered you, the three-letter agencies, that there's going to be a large drone strike attack of autonomous WEAPONSs in your sky in Los Angeles, which I also warned about, and people call me a crackpot conspiracy theorist lunatic. No, I'm actually just right. I'm just spitballing facts. I'm just giving you the truth. I'm a Christian baller billionaire. I developed and created the Island Project. We got freaking near 500 members. We even have our own custom watches and Lambos now and 12 Jeeps. What have you done? And that's my question for you. I want you motivated. I want you strong. When you join 1000X Island Project Nation, your mindset goes to the freaking moon in reality. You have to get out of your box. You got to get out of low-level thinking, man. You need to drive a 400,000 car along with me so you understand. You need to go hang out in Deer Valley Park City. Understand what it's like to level yourself up, to network, to have community, to make progress in your life, to have hope, to lead a purpose-filled, faith-driven life. Again, most people just overthink things. Most people are miserable. Most people are broke for a reason. So remind yourself of that. Never take advice from a broke person. That's just good advice. Ever. And don't overthink things. So many people, care about what their friends think. Let me play this for you a minute. I'm going to play this testimonial. This baller, this kind gentleman, and I got my team kind of putting this together very nicely. Let me look this up real quick. I've got it on my account. Just gave me a testimonial. He's got over $1 million with the Island Project. He's been in since the beginning. He used pretty much every other property, and now his wife is coming in with another $250K. Just listen to these kind of words for a minute. This is a real true to life, over $1 million with the Island Project. And this is Mr. Skinkle, a great man. Thank you for your service. Serve this country, by the way. My hat's freaking off to you quite literally, sir. Listen to what he has to say.
Hey everybody, I'm Michael Skinkle, coming to you here from Brookshire, Texas, and I just wanted to give a quick testimonial to Christopher Greene and Papa John in regards to Island Project and Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So my story is just Island Project started out slow. We made an initial investment of about 30K minimum investment. We sat there for a while and listened to AMTV and Christopher, and we rolled over my IRA to a self-directed IRA to make platinum level. And that ended up giving us 14 nights comp time in Island Project. So that also put me all in with my retirement. Everything I got is in Island Project right now. I also bought one Bitcoin back in July of 2022 for 20K, and people laughed at me because it decreased to like 16K at that time when I did that. And then I went through an upcycle. I continued to invest through a Bitcoin high of over 125K, and I followed General Greene's advice to grab 25% gains until we hit Diamond Nuts level with Island Project.
1000X is over $1 million with us.
So far, we have been on 2 vacations
Up only.
with Island Project, hopping to fabulous properties in the Hawaiian Islands, and I just wanted to give a special thanks to General Greene and Papa John for Island Project and Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. God bless y'all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Skinkle. And that's just one example of hundreds of testimonials. Again, that'll be put out. That'll be nicely edited by my team. That's just the raw copy. Mr. Skinkle, his lovely wife, now have over $1 million with us, and that's a real-world testimonial. Staying at our properties, enjoying their vacations, getting up to our Diamond Nuts tier. That's well over $1 million. He started with $30K. And what we have built is so freaking awesome. He came in with $1 million and rolled over his entire retirement account. I want you to think about that for a minute. Every member that came in with $30K, then comes in with $500K if they got it, $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, once they see and actually experience and live what we've actually built. I come on camera every single day and remind you of that. Honestly, I love you, sir. God bless you. Thank you for your service again. He is one of the lucky one of the next 25 because he's coming in with the next 250 with his wife into deck 2. So he's one of the lucky members that will have his personally engraved, which I promised him. Again, this is a $10,000 value just by itself. This is a very well-known Swiss watch in the Greene machine, Gordon Gekko Island Project Greene, but also has a custom engraving in the back and the name I'm emblazoning into the graphite. Super light, matches our green Lambo. Super, super cool, and it's worth over 100K because I've got my name on it now along with islandproject.com nation. Very, very special. And I get pissed off too because I don't believe enough Americans are fighting back. I actually think they're taking it up the rear. I think they got conned by politics again, like I said that they would. Again, people didn't like it when I said even silver is going to collapse after its all-time high above 100, and I told you to sell at least 25%, but I actually sold 50%. I recommended selling 25% above like 80, 90. I sold another 25% over 100. And then every day I screamed at the top of my lungs to sell, 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 sell. The top is in because everyone was saying I couldn't go down again. And now I see it crushed. Proven right again, even though it's an unpopular opinion, but it's actually facts and truth because I got it right again and it's under 80 at 76 and it's going to 50, 60 just like I said because I know these dirty scum elites and how they operate. It's how I knew about Bitcoin. I knew the future of money and technology and wrote a book because I'm smarter than them. I share 1000x information and advice every single day that makes you freaking rich just like Mr. Skinkle who bought Bitcoin at 20K and in his own words, rode the upcycle to 120K, took some profits like I recommended, 25% at 120K, then leveled up his investments with pretty much free money into the Island Project. And he is just one of hundreds of people in my project that I have made rich and will continue to do so. While America burns, while the hopeless Americans do nothing, while they literally bury their heads in the sand, that is not the attitude. The attitude is to build the ark. The attitude is to get aggressive. The attitude is to get ahead of the masses before Bitcoin pumps to 250, 500K. To get ahead of Bitcoin before it goes to 75 and 80K, which I actually believe it could do just in the next few days, quite frankly. So a huge, huge deal. You're going to see more chaos, more financial chaos, and more political chaos. But the bottom line is, guys, who cares? Again, it should only be about you, your family, you're building your own country, lifting up your churches, taking care of your kids, have as many kids as possible. The only thing you should care about is not complying. The only thing you should want in life, it's not even money, it's freedom. It's liberty, which, by the way, money and capital and tools like the Island Project give people options and choices when Rome burns. When Rome is collapsing, you want options and choices. And you also want to live a good, fabulous life. Why not go 1000x? I mean, if Trump pulls the nukes, you might as well be driving the Lambo around when it happens. You might as well be sunning your balls at one of our beautiful properties while it goes off. You might as well enjoy things before they lock you in your house again or take all of your money in outright theft like 2008-09 with more bank bailouts and friggin' PPP loans. Why wouldn't you be going balls deep all the way to the moon along with me? You'd have to be out of your mind not to. And now with all the people, it breaks my heart. I pray for all of them, all the turbos, all the suddenlies, all the strokes and heart attacks and aggressive cancers as a result of that same no legal liability topic I'm not allowed to talk about that has no legal liability and is extended well through 2030 has caused what many people believe a lot of problems. I can only say that. And you're going to sit around and wait for lightning to strike? No, you are the lightning. You are the match. You are the wildfire.
And if I've taught you anything in this beautiful existence in life that I'm so thankful to have, along with you and all of my beautiful men and women and soldiers and all of you beautiful people out there, is that we've shown it can be done. That the faith of a mustard seed can create windfalls of billions of dollars because there's no one else out there even asking for it. And that honestly blows my mind, because if there was 4,000 of my 400 members, or 4 million of our soon-to-be 500 members, or 10 million, all of our power would be taken back. America would be saved. It would be a real golden age renaissance. You would have freedom and liberty, and the United States would be, as it is, the greatest country in the world. And I love the United States. Thank you for your service to her. The nation stands within us, not a crony or criminal politician or banker. We are America. The Island Project is America. You are America, and your time to fight back is now. Links below at 808-442-2934. That's 808-442-2934. See our terms and disclaimers and call Papa John so you don't miss it. Be one of the next onboards onto the gold tier. $250K gets you 7 nights comped at any of our multi-million-dollar properties, plus cash flows and capital gains. Real 100% equity ownership. In addition to that, you get 30 to 40% discounts, which are accretive off additional time. You go to any island, any estate property, any ski lodge, soon to be internationalized. Plus, if you're one of the next few onboards, because we're almost sold out, I'm even throwing in this 10K watch free, which is really worth 100K because it's got our name on it. Pretty badass. And who else is going to do that for you? Do you get to drive a Lambo with your 401K? You do with Island Project. Do you get to drive a Lambo with your Apple stock? No, but you do with Island Project. Do you get to drive a Lambo with your pension? No, but you can with Island Project. Do you get to stay in a $10 million mansion with your stock account? No, but you can with Island Project. Have you woken up yet? Do you get it? I'm a freaking genius. This is the digital Noah's Ark. I got Bitcoin right. Papa John is a stud. I love you. 1,000 freaking X. Let's go. Diamond freaking nuts.